Gorgeous day at Wisconsin State Fair Park in West Allis, Wisconsin. It's the Milwaukee Mile. It's the next stop for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Coverage of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Camping World RV Sales 200 final practice from Milwaukee is up next. And another one of those names, Colin Braun there in the Conway Freight Ford. At number 6, turning some pretty good lap times around here. Take a look at Eric Darnell off of that preferred pavement there and trying to catch the truck.
Yeah, there he is trying to get the power down. You saw him get a little bit loose and had to catch that truck. That allowed Colin Braun to catch right up, and Colin, as a matter of fact, went by him as they went down into turn number 1.
A couple teammates working together on the racetrack in Colin Braun and Eric Darnell. Eric Darnell, our most recent winner in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Can he go back to back? We're going to find out. Ray Dunlap.
You know, Rick, qualifying has shown to be so important here at the Milwaukee Mile. All the races won from 8th or better starting position, and most of them from the front 2 rows. So you'd think everybody would be doing qualifying runs right now, right? Well, Colin Braun is not, and they don't plan to. They're working on their race runs because this truck is still very tight in the center, so they're trying to get it better. Colin just said on the radio to his crew chief, Mike Beam, which way is this going to go tonight? Will it tighten up or get looser? Mike says, I'll tell you what, lately I don't even know. These things don't necessarily do what you think they're going to do. He said, it's definitely giving me gray hair here, but we've got to fix this tight in the middle, so they're not even worried about doing a qualifying run here in practice. They're just trying to get it to drive good in the race tonight. Another rookie that's been very impressive this season, Colin Braun. How you like Milwaukee?
Well, so far it's a lot of fun. You know, it's definitely different than anything I've ever driven before, but you know, right now our number 6 Conway Freight Ford F-150 truck's pretty quick. We struggled a little bit there in qualifying. We were just a little bit too tight, but I think my crew chief Mike Beam's got some good plans for the real qualifying, and it's just great to be up here. You know, this is a cool area up here in Milwaukee. My family's all from here, so it's pretty neat. You know, it's Conway's 25th anniversary this whole year, so just a pretty cool deal.
All right, go get him a win, all right? He was in the top 10 there in final practice, so we'll keep our eye on the 6th truck tonight here at Milwaukee.
Colin Braun, 9th quickest. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Camping World RV Sales 200, presented on Speed by Toyota. It's awful tight up front as we come back to the green flag. Johnny Benson in front of Crawford, Skinner, Colin Braun, and Ron Hornaday.
Look at Skinner jump to the inside of Rick Crawford. Not quite able to do it. Look at Colin Braun on the outside. First time here at Milwaukee.
Trying to make the move on veteran Mike Skinner. They race out of turn number 2 and down the backstretch.
Great move by Colin Braun. You see Rick Crawford peek to the inside for just a second. Good side-by-side battle here. Skinner on the inside, Colin Braun on the outside.
Who will take the 3rd position when they cross the start-finish line? Colin Braun takes it away from Mike Skinner.
Nice job. I was talking to his crew chief Mike Beam earlier today. He said Colin came here last week and tested a Sprint Cup car, and he said it took him a while to make the adjustment because you drive those Sprint Cup cars differently than you drive these trucks. He said Colin really wasn't driving as hard in the corner as you need to with these trucks, but he's got it figured out now.
It obviously looks like he's figured something out as he's now chasing down that number 14 of Rick Crawford for the 2nd spot. It's Johnny Benson out front. Crawford runs 2nd. Colin Braun's moved up to 3rd. Skinner drops back to 4th. And then rounding out the top 5 is Ron Hornaday. Take a look at this. Rick Crawford trying to hold off Colin Braun right now. 2 Fords racing for the 2nd spot. Is a lot of traffic now right in front of Rick Crawford and around. And it looks as though the green flag pit stops are underway.
Down there, watch the speed down at the other end.
You hear a cowboy say, watch your speed down at the other end on the exit to pit road. There's Colin Braun making his way on the pit road.
He was locking up all 4 tires as he came onto pit road. Ray Dunlap.
He gives up 3rd position on the racetrack, and his crew chief Mike Beam telling him, how loose are you? He said, really only a 2 right now on my entry, and they're going to drop the track bar to help him turn through, and a little bit of air out of the rear tires for these guys. Adam?
Earlier tonight when Jack Sprague went out to qualify, he qualified in the top 5 for the 9th consecutive time at Milwaukee.
Only 2 cautions have come out, and the most recent one has put about 13 or 14 trucks on the tail end of the lead lap, but it just so happens they're in front of our race leader as the green flag comes back out. We're hearing our 3rd caution comes out on the racetrack. Now a few guys are celebrating that. Guys like Colin Braun, Rick Crawford, Matt Crafton, Ron Hornaday, Mike Skinner.
Landon Castle looks like he's going to get the lucky dog. Good break for him.
So a big break as our third caution has come out on lap 95.
All these trucks right here will come all the way back around the racetrack. There's, you can see right there, there's our lucky dog, Landon Kessel. He will join those trucks. As you mentioned, we got Colin Braun, Rick Crawford, Matt Kraft, and Ron Hornaday, Mike Skinner, Shelby Howard, Mike Bliss, and Landon Kessel will all be on the lead lap when we restart this race. Johnny gets really loose, slides through that corner.
Oh, problem! Jack Sprague's going to slide right in front of the field, and here they go. Coming out of turn 4, a melee.
See Ron Hornaday involved, Brendan Gaughan involved in that 10 truck, Brian Scott's involved, David Starr of that 11 truck, Colin Braun with such a great run, he's also involved. Tremendous amount of damage to that 6 of Colin Braun, the 11 we saw a moment ago of David Starr.
Ray?
Mike Beam assessing the damage down here on the Conway Freight Ford. They are checking out whether they need to pull the radiator. This truck is very, very hot right now, but they didn't have any lighting. They just now got some temporary lighting in here to be able to see on the inside if they can fix it the way it is or whether they got to pull the radiator and change it.